I don't know. But I think some of you should say something spicy so we can start this podcast.
Fuck.
Bush did 9/11 and Ronald Reagan was the devil.
That's
Anyway,
not
welcome
spicy.
to Blank Bodies.
That's just facts. Those are just words.
A Vampire the Masquerade V5 podcast, tabletop gaming, and horror. I'm Hunter. I'm not joined, as always, by...
John.
Sarah.
And the Lorebot.
James.
Hey, and we're back with part 2 of Clan Ventrue.
Yeah, I got up at the ass crack at 10 a.m. for this, so you all better respect.
It's not.
My
not
dogs
morning.
forced me to get out of bed at 8:17.
Ugh,
Yeah, it was rough.
They're covering up for that VT comment.
fuck off.
It is 10 p.m.
Anyhow, yes. Part 2, because we did too much research.
Yay.
You did too much research.
I did too much research.
Well, again, as we said, this is second take on this. The first take, we thought we were going to do this in one go. And then that week, we were like, oh, no. We're at like 2 hours. We should stop.
Yeah, so, take 2, part 2. Let's go. So for those who missed part 1, go listen to part 1. But TLDR, we had our patrons on the Patreon vote to select those who would get thrown into the Bloodsport poll on Twitter. And those on Twitter elected for us to cover Clan Ventrue TM.
Because that is trademark
It is trademark. Yeah. Of course it is. And
by the Ventrue.
And you know the original trademark holder is not the one that has the trademark. Some cheeky Ventrue or some cheeky fuck decided to trademark that and then was immediately killed by a more powerful Ventrue. It was just like...
Oh my god, it was a Brujah.
that's hilarious.
A Brujah trademarked Ventrue to be like, fuck off, buddy!
And then he was,
Eaten.
quickly natural causes to
Yeah.
death.
But yeah, so this part 2, we're going to be covering Ventrue generally agreed upon history. There's a lot of history in the old world books. We're not going to cover everything, so if we missed your favorite part, let us know. That might become an episode later.
And a lot of the stuff we're touching on may also become an episode later because a lot of it we're covering specifically from the Ventrue's perspective. Some of it's debated, and we don't have time to talk about some of these in full, so...
No.
Yes, World of Darkness has given us a deep and many-layered tapestry of lore to pull stories from, and holy shit, it's a blessing and a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it a Ventrue Part 5, is all I'm saying.
Oh, God.
Not wrong. Yeah, don't forget, like, the old lore stuff. They were also just throwing shit out. Like, they had, like, we don't know exactly what we're going to say as the official canon / either they did or they were just like, what if we just keep giving them options? You're just like, maybe this is the truth. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, everything is slander and conjecture until, seen and proven by your players.
And even then...
And even then, they might have been high.
Remember Doctor Who rules. They're not dead unless you see them die.
And even then, they might not be dead. We're also going to cover the major updates for Ventrue in the V5 canon, some of the major NPC players in the canon, as well as lore sheets that your players can grab, and also some fun goodies at the end.
Yeah.
Our little thank you from us to you guys. So, hurrah!
Oh, God.
I was going to read off from the list of sources, but there are too many of them.
No, we didn't do that last week.
Oh, it's okay.
Either.
Basically, we're using a mix of stuff from the Old World canon and the V5 canon.
No, I'm just saying if I were to read all of the books that we had to reference for this episode, it would take over a minute. So you could throw your dart at a bookshelf and probably find some Ventrue history in there. So, but we're gonna starting with a generally accepted canon. Who is the clan founder?
No.
They don't have a name.
They did.
No. Basically, it is not an agreed upon, like...
Yeah.
It's not like they have a birth certificate kind of name. It's just they're generally referred to in the literature within the canon as Ventrue, but, like...
Yeah, there are many varied potential founders for the Ventrue, but, like, the generally agreed upon is some dude named Ventrue.
No, it's just they're referred to as Ventrue. We don't actually know what their name is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What if it was like Greg Ventrue?
So there are a lot of rumors about who Ventrue actually was. There are a couple names that get thrown out through the books. At one point, it's rumored that it may actually have been a king and queen couple, but no one really knows.
Yeah.
And it's hard because there's so much conflicting information. I've always taken it as, most people don't even know. It's kind of just bandied about like, oh, I know what it was. And the historians being like, well, my book says.
Yeah.
Yep.
But nothing provable. So that could be a huge story point if you're getting deep into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ventrue is definitely one of those ones. There's just like a scatter plot of like potentials, and I just remember in the research them bringing that up, and I'm like, that's fucking weird. I like it, but it's weird. Like, I don't think anybody is like, yes, this is definitely the one.
Yeah, having a king and queen as a clan founder is a really interesting idea. If you're going to do that with anyone, it would make sense for it to be Ventrue. Mm-hmm. But that is more of an ST choice than a canon choice, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. The generally accepted, like, in lore canon is that Ventrue is considered the first of the antediluvians, so the grandchildren of Cain, which is part of the reason why the Ventrue think they should be in charge.
I'm the eldest brother. I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Yep.
When mom and dad aren't home, they put me in charge. I'm the boss.
Yeah. It is generally said that Cain ordered either... Oh, God, we're going to go through some fucking names. Enoch, Lamech, Yanosh, one of those, to embrace somebody. So he was like, looked to one of his kids and was like, you, do a thing. And they did. And now we have Ventrue. Basically, the lore is that Cain wanted some sort of an advisor, so for some reason he wanted it to be one of the grandchildren. I don't know why.
But
he wanted a new outlook on the world.
Maybe, but they're the one who helped build the first city.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and in building the first city, Cain supposedly put Ventrue in charge of running things, and that's also another reason why the Ventrue are just like, I'm in charge.
Again, the whole, when mom and dad left, they told me I was boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dad went to sleep a long time ago, and he never set a stipulation, so we're always in charge.
Yeah, Cain left to go get a pack of cigarettes, and...
Now I'm the man of the house.
I have a tie. No, just, we do like Ventrue players, we're just being spicy. But yeah, so the flood happened, the Diluvian. And the second generation vampires got eaten by the third. Second city gets built. There's a lot of infighting between all of the clans. And Ventrue decided to get a big army and a big sword. And he was just like, no, I'm in charge. We're going to stop this shit. And he did. Third reason why the Ventrue say they're in charge.
Because
they kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah, they were like, well, we're in charge.
Well,
Look.
obviously, yeah.
But then he got a little sad. Mrs. Grandpop. So he went off to go find him, and everything went to shit after that, and no one knows what happened to him. He just left, said, I'm going to go find Granddad, and was never seen again.
I'm going to go venture off for Papa. And just, yeah, so we canonically are not sure if they are alive or dead. I think if they were dead, somebody would have found out by now.
Has anybody else ever read that book, Are You My Father?
No.
Or
no,
is
it's
it,
about
Are You My Mother?
Is it Mother? Yeah, it is Mother. Never mind. Well, same thing. It's a little bird that wanders around and just talks to random things, saying, "Are you my mother?" And they're like, "No, I'm not your mother. I'm a crane," or like the construction tool, not the bird.
Oh God, what was the name of the character in Fantasy High that just walks up? That's like the Arc Barbarian. That's just like, "Are you my dad?"
Oh,
to
Gorgug.
Everybody. Yeah, Gorgug, who's just
because he keeps failing perception checks. It's just like this adult that walks up and he's just like, Gorgug, it's highly, almost completely unlikely, but you think this guy could be your dad?
That's hilarious.
So just this poor half-orc just walking up to people who was raised by gnomes.
Nice.
Just walking up to people, just like, "Are you my dad?"
Nice.
So
I just like the idea of Ventrue, wherever the fuck they are, wandering through some desert or some mountain, being like, "Grandpapa, are you my grandpapa?" And just some dude being like, "No,
For the
I help people climb this mountain." And he's like, "Oh, Thank you. And eats them.
Yeah.
Also, circling back around, if for some odd reason you're listening to this, Zach Oyama, we love you. You're a treasure. Also, circling back around, I was confusing. No, that is a hidden potential second gen that may have been a founder for Ventrue Clan.
Okay.
Because there are stories that Cain found a pair of perfect lovers and went, yes, these shall be my first children. Oh no, they killed themselves.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah.
I was just like, when you mentioned that they were tied in with Ventrue, I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, again, trying to do the
I'm
research
completely
for the-
lost at this point.
No, they were Googling. the lore bot was doing a data search and was
Got it.
scrubbing the internet
Yeah, just to make sure.
and realized that he had his data files in the wrong partition.
Got it.
So,
Again,
I would say, though, since there is no canon answer to who really was Ventrue,
fuck it, make them a king and queen.
yeah, that'd be sick.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why not?
Yeah, that could have that's good. That's how it could be in your game.
Flank Body's
And-
concept, EM.
Yeah. But, in your game the lore is what you guys want it to be. This is just the generally accepted within World of Darkness canon. So if you talk to people, you at least have a vague idea of what the framework of things are.
Yeah.
But you can change it for your table. Fuck it. Why not?
Because remember, everything's flexible when it's 8,000 BCE.
True.
Yeah.
And I think Cain can be dated back to the furthest back, like 28,000 BCE.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So far.
that's like before the city of Ur. Like that's so
Yeah.
fucking old. Anywho, speaking of things that are fucking old, Carthage.
That is old.
It is old.
Well- What's left?
Yeah. So we're gonna scrub through time and morium to ancient Rome. Like around it's the Third Punic War, and I can never remember if it's 100 BCE or CE. Like I know it's around
Sure.
it's roughly around Jesus time, give or take a century.
Okay. That dude was.
So, scrub back in your way back in the fantasy machines.
Doodle-doodle-doo.
Doodle-doodle-doo. Oh, actual hit. Like, people who are, like, super into ancient Roman history are probably just fucking mad at me right now, but that's fine.
Couldn't be me.
See, and I'm just debating how similar Rasputin and Jesus are because they're both dirty wizards. One just did it with sex.
We might have to do a bonus episode because we actually do have stat blocks for both of them.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a whole subplot with Jesus being a
it's-
kindred. It's a whole thing.
Great.
I believe it's the most expensive Dark Ages book.
Which one?
Really?
I can't remember the name of it. I think it's one of the Path books, but it's like the Path of Light.
Yeah, probably.
That book, I was gonna buy it, and it was like $150. All the other Path books are like $40.
Fuck. This is the second Bruja War in the canon. It happens the same time as the Third Punic War. All right, everybody got their duckies in a row?
Yes.
I don't
The
have
Bruja
ducks.
are fighting for pubic.
Yes.
Regions.
Okay.
Yes.
They want full bush. Ventrue want trimmed bush.
That's actually a really good way to put it. Shockingly. Yeah. So this is a part of the lore where basically the Ventrue can trace their origins back to like Sparta and into Rome. And, the kind of Western canon of like classical societies and being civilized and da-da-da. And then the Bruja are in Carthage and having their whole empire set up in North Africa with all of that. Mm-hmm. And, clashing of societies and all that noise. So yeah, the Ventrue and the Bruja have not liked each other for thousands
Time immemorial.
and thousands of years. And this is one of the first big Ventrue get fucked situations. At least from the Ventrue perspective, the Bruja, along with the Assamites, the Banu Hakim, in Carthage, were sacrificing people to the devil,
Nice.
essentially, or demons.
Hail Satan.
And that, along with the political issues that the mortals were having between Rome and Carthage, was the impetus to fucking wreck shit. Carthage in real life got so destroyed during this war that you to this day can still find the ruins of the destroyed city, like salted earth, like just fucking stamped out.
Damn.
So imagine throwing vampire powers on top of that.
Nice.
That would explain why you can still find it stamped out.
Yeah. So yeah, the Ventrue came across the Mediterranean and razed the city, salt earth, captured and sold the citizens into slavery, as was the custom at the time, and turned the whole area into a Roman province.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ventrue.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Fun lore side
Seconded.
fact, and this does tie into things. So, on the Roman side of the conflict, you had Lysander of Ventrue, Artemis Ortha of Ventrue, Alcaeus Malkavian, who was a prince at the time, and supposedly Arikel, who was the antediluvian of the Toreador.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
so these are like some powerhouse, like, this wasn't your normal vampire fight where people are just hissing and like floating in the air, kind of. This is like
Making shit
demigods,
happen. Yeah.
like fucking with each other.
Damn, how fast do you move with celerity as an antediluvian?
Almost instantaneously.
Yeah, is it like
wherever-
Dragon Ball Z style?
Basically,
Well, that's
Yeah.
again, we're
Like
going to
instant
talk about
transmission?
that probably potentially in the Book of Cain episode, because that is one of the most described powers, because apparently that's Kane's favorite bag, is just
It's fucking
turbo
good.
speed.
he fast as fuck, boy.
It's good shit.
Yeah, because the
I
amount
really
of
want to get celerity.
the amount of fights that happen where it's just like, all right, we're gonna fuck with this guy. Wow, I'm the only one left alive. I believe he chose to leave me alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a very big historical like point of pride for the Ventrue, because this is a turning point. Basically, instead of having two major clans fighting each other over supremacy in like the European theater, it is just I have this,
Yeah.
and it's not terribly uncommon for Ventrue to now and again just poke a Bruja and be like, "Hey, remember Carthage? Stab, stab, be sad."
Aww.
Remember, Bruges punched them when they do that.
Yeah,
They have fortitude.
they
They
got
can
fortitude.
take it.
It's fine.
They just
don't
break their
feel bad.
glasses.
Right.
Yes. And this Ventrue leadership continued through Rome into the Dark Ages.
Yay!
Yay!
The Dark Ages.
Middle Ages were magic.
Obviously, the best time for humanity.
Well, actually, the Dark Ages is dark because we don't have a lot of history from that time, not because the period itself was necessarily so bad.
I'm just gonna assume the dimmer switch was down.
Good.
I left the Dark Ages in because the Ventrue are such a pillar of the Camarilla and how vampire society works from a European perspective.
And how it formed afterwards.
Yes, so I left that in because for them, and in their perspective, this was somewhat not a good time because, no more empire, Rome fell, blah. But what happened instead is a lot of the Ventrue spread out across Europe and basically started feudalism. So they started their own fiefdoms and countries and were using nobles to like puppet and control things and expand their empire in other ways. So Hunter is correct. In actual history, we're trying to, understand that we're in a global community and not everything has to be done from certain perspectives. Unfortunately, it does have to be done from that perspective to cover this in a way that makes any kind of fucking sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hurrah, covering our bases. So, yeah, Ventrue spread across Europe, did cool knight, king, King Henry VIII kind of bullshit. And then the First Inquisition happened, which is like 1500s. It's like right before the Reformation and all that stuff starts, if I remember right. And during that time period, a lot of Ventrue specifically get nuked from orbit.
Literally?
In the oldie time. Well, not from orbit because it's before spaceships.
I figured meteors.
Yeah. Well, because the Ventrue are in leadership positions, therefore, for Vampire Society, they tend to be the figureheads. So when people are like, we need to get the vampires, they all live in castles, and...
Yeah, when the lovely crusade happened, it was just like, we know who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
He hasn't got off his throne.
Yeah, just like, it's weird that Lord Citadel has been, like, living in the same castle for, like, 200 years. He's possessed by the devil.
Let's burn him.
It's weird. We really like Count Keanu Reeves, but he hasn't aged 200 years. We gotta get him. We don't trust it.
Yeah, so due to the War of Princes with the various youngers and olders fighting each other on top of the pressures coming from the First Inquisition, Ventrue stepped up to the plate. His name is Hardstadt.
You may have heard this name before.
Ugh.
Yeah, that name got dropped in the meta plot overview. This is where he steps into the foreground. This is the person that spearheaded the Convention of Thorns, which therefore means that they spearheaded the creation of the Camarilla itself.
Question. Mm-hmm. Now, is this Hardstadt the first, the second, or the third? Because I can't remember if this has only happened twice.
There's technically two Hardstadts. Hardstadt the Elder is the one that did this.
Okay, all right. I was making sure because I can't remember if they've done that. If they've done the whole like title switcheroo hat thing.
No, that happens here in a minute.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So the Hardstadt the Elder, which we'll explain why we have to do that split in a minute, structured the Camarilla based off of classical government ideas from Greece and Rome.
That may or may not have been.
And somehow magically, did set this up in a way that it benefited the Ventrue in maintaining their power.
Who could have guessed?
Who fucking would have figured that shit out? And he also structured the Directorate in a similar power structure. So this guy did both sides of the Ventrue organization with the Camarilla and the Directorate.
Yeah. So he kind of... So the two mirror each other. Mm-hmm. So it's no wonder the two are so entangled.
Yeah, and... But yeah, basically around this time period, there is a battle conflict. Hardstadt the Elder gets ganked, but he had a childer called Hardstadt the Younger. And apparently he looks so similar to his sire, he basically just put on his hat and was like, I'm Hardstadt now. And nobody fucking questioned it. So that is the Hardstadt that we will run into in the future.
How much of that do you think was like, okay, we're just not going to fuck with him. He can be Hardstadt. That's fine. And how much of that was, that's totally the same dude.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is also a time period where people obviously didn't have instant access to photos.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, the immediate circle is just like, okay, bitch, we know what you're doing, but, like, this benefits everybody, so we're going to let it slide. And then after, like, 500 years of that, I don't think anyone's going to fucking question it.
Right,
They're just like, oh, yeah, it's clearly Hardstadt. Look, he's got the hat.
Fair enough.
You could get away with so much shit before like 1930.
Yeah.
Like literally just put on a different hat and go like one county over and just start a life over. It's fucking insane.
Again,
really, you could do that up until like the 80s, I feel like.
Yeah.
Again, we're just describing the plot of Stepfather.
You can still kind of do that. You just be like, oh yeah, I don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
The power of a clipboard and a like mediocre suit to just wander anywhere you want.
That's true. Yeah, or a safety vest.
Yeah.
A clipboard and a safety vest. Go wherever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm. Get like a lanyard with like a plastic square on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just go into all sorts of places. We're not condoning you do that, but I have done that before,
trespass.
and it's super fun.
Don't trespass on private property. Especially really cool abandoned buildings. Don't go in there.
Yeah. So,
Let's be real. If you're going to not go in there with a partner.
Yeah. So, speaking of going into places with friends, colonialism.
Yay!
Hey!
I mean, yay,
No, it's bad. Yeah, a lot of Ventrue history does go along and with a lot of Western European history. So some of this is going to be like, okay, so what happened after the Reformation? You're like, oh yeah, people started getting on rickety wooden death traps and going to other parts of the world and just taking shit. So that's what happened. A lot of the Ventrue invested heavily in explorations of the New World and the Far East and established a lot of the trade routes. They did some of the first corporations with like the Dutch East Indies Company, that kind of shit. Some of the younger Ventrue also got onto that cool like Enlightenment thing and having new ideas, quote unquote, new ideas about power structures and how people should handle themselves within society and how society should be organized. So some of those guys said, fuck you, Dad, went to the Americas and started a war.
Great.
Da, 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 da.
Thanks, guys.
Proud to be an American.
America.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so behind the scenes of the American Revolution, where, you know, in the front we have Thomas Jefferson, all the lads, writing papers and starting shit and, like, getting lots of people to die of scurvy.
Bonus episode, we stat the founding fathers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Well,
I thought you were going to say we stat scurvy.
you know they did find bodies under Benjamin Franklin's home.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was
That's not
decided
surprising.
if
Yeah,
those
I was
were...
just about to say, is that surprising?
No, I can't remember if those bodies were decided to be experiments done by him, like post-mortem things, or if it was somebody who did it after he had left the property. I don't remember.
Yeah.
All I know is they found bodies under Benjamin Franklin's house, and you can quote me on that.
Yeah, that is true. They legit did.
Great, it's going to be in the quote channel on
Hell
our
yeah.
Discord, like, the next
Yes.
day after this post.
But yeah, the American Revolution surprised a lot of the Ventrue elders. They were just like not looking for it, and they're just like, "What? What are all these kids doing and yelling about? We had a good thing going." And
We had a good thing that was benefiting just us. Why do they want more power structure and land? I gave them a nickel.
these goddamn kids, these frat bros with pantaloons.
Why would they like to seize the means of production?
Oh, they weren't even doing that. They're just like, I don't want to pay taxes.
Mm.
You know what? Good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the American Revolution also coincides with the first Sabbat War.
Somehow
like-
not surprising. to
Yeah,
me.
they have 4 civil wars. The first one was during the American Revolution. There's a lot of really cool lore there. But it's not Ventrue-centric, and we don't have the time, but that is what was going on. And the Ventrue continued to expand their footholds in various things throughout the world, mostly via the British.
Also not surprising.
No, because, yeah, the British had the most expansive colonizing empire across the world. You can look up maps on that and go, oh my god. Because it's kind of fucking horrifying to be like, oh, they controlled how much of everything? Jesus fucking Christ. And it also is like, okay, I understand why things are fucked up now. Because there's just a lot of like, some white guy thousands of miles away just drew a line somewhere. And now, like, we were dealing with the ramifications of that still. And it's very exciting. But yeah,
But they have tea.
they do have tea.
I'll say that.
That's the thesis. Well, it wasn't just colonialism, though. It was also the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
That made a huge difference in how things worked at the time, obviously. And
Yeah.
a lot of people were lining up to get a chunk of that pie.
Oh, yeah. The 1800s with colonialism and the Industrial Revolution basically was a part of the big switch for the Ventrue from being divine right kings in the, like, I have the big shiny hat and I fuck my cousin, to, I am a man of industry.
Are we talking about Hakata?
No.
Okay, I just
So-
heard cousin fucking.
Okay, that's an interesting point of view. I hadn't really thought that. I wouldn't necessarily place that as the big switch, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, like, even in the Western societies, like, we tend to not view who is inherently powerful based off of, like, their lineage and, like, who your dad is, so much as your basis of power is dependent on how much money you have. So, this shift in society during this time period, the Ventrue also yes-anded that. Not that there aren't a lot of old Ventrue who still, like, care about good breeding.
I said I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh no.
Many Ventrue.
Again, circle back onto who they embrace.
Yeah, then it's not like, during the learned, educated, gentry, moneyed folks of these time periods, it wasn't like thoughts about breeding and eugenics weren't super fucking trendy or anything like that. So,
you know, the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, so on and so forth.
Yeah, we got pugs.
And, you know, the pepper moths.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, remember that experiment? In Britain, there was like these little pepper moths that were white. And then industrialization happened and everything got covered in coal.
Uh-huh.
So the moths became black. And scientists were like, why the fuck did the moths change? Are they poisoned? And it's like, no, because of evolution. They
wanted to blend in.
Yeah, if everything is covered in soot and you're a white moth, your ass going to get eaten. So when they started cleaning up and not using the coal as much more, the white moths came back.
That's it.
Yeah.
Insects has a very fun evolutionary.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are not fun, Germany at the turn of the 19th century.
Womp, womp.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're strap in, fam. We're going into this part of history.
Oh no! Zamitzi, run!
Yeah, so I don't know how much everybody remembers about World War One.
I don't know. How much do you remember about that time?
I mean, I've studied it a lot.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Are you giving me shit because my last name's German?
I'm the most German one here. I don't know why you're side-eyeing her, but
I'm just side-eyeing everybody at the table who might have been around for it.
No.
But I don't know. Honestly, like, war history is like one of the biggest nerd things that I just never gave a shit about.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, there's some tanks and some people shot each other in history, but
Yeah. We're not going to get too into the weeds on this. This could just be its own fucking episode if we wanted to get into how vampire politics worked during World War One. But the basis of all the different European countries were getting into treaty issues and having arms races, and everything was really tense, and the economy was bullshit. And then an indie band got shot, and Franz Ferdinand.
yeah.
Yeah. And
I just wasn't going to acknowledge it.
No,
I
that's okay.
didn't
It was a
wanna
very
allow
bad
it
joke.
to have the energy. I wasn't going to give my energy to that.
Yeah, but yeah, basically because of the rampant destruction during World War One, a lot of Ventrue holdings in Europe got decimated during that, and so a lot of them either moved to the Americas to be like, we'll go to the New World where there's, industry doesn't suck and we can invest our money there and start over, or they remained. And some of them doubled down on some shit they really should not have. And I don't want to get into this or harp on it too much, but unfortunately when you flip through one of the old Ventrue clan books, you flip through pages and you're like, oh, there's some like ancient like Spartan warriors, there's like a medieval king, there's like a guy in American Revolution like tricorner hat. Flip the page, Nazi! So I can't not talk about it, so I'm sorry. It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It actually happens surprisingly frequently in Vampire the Masquerade books.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're to the creators' credit. That is something that happened, and there definitely would have been powerful individuals
For sure.
if vampires existed. It's better that they were like, no, there were definitely vampire Nazis. To be like, no, that's just honest. If you try to pretend that your universe wouldn't have ultra powerful beings that were like, yes, divine right. Yes, I am more powerful than everyone. I should get all the things.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing on that. When you're going to have a fantasy game basically is an alternate universe of like actual history, you're going to bump into some shit that's very fucking ugly and gross. And you should be educated enough to make a decision at your table on how you want to handle that or if you're going to cover that in your story.
Oh, yeah, because you can just retcon that, just scrub it away if you want.
Well, I think it would be irresponsible to not acknowledge it, but you also like don't have to focus on it. You could just be like, this happened. We're not going to talk about it in this game because, X, Y, and Z, people don't want to deal with it. We're here to have fun. And sometimes fascism is kind of scary and people don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, fucking valid as shit, my dude. And I respect that. That's fine. But I also think it's irresponsible to not acknowledge it and just kind of let it sit there because then you're going to get some fucking asshat that's going to be like, oh, so I can do this here? This is acceptable? And I'm like, no, it's not. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Yeah, I also wouldn't do the opposite, though. No. Where you make it a wholly supernatural battle, as much as I love, like, photos of, like, American werewolves tearing Nazi vampires apart and stuff. If you take out all of the human element in this history, it also kind of just...
Yeah, it turns into, we never did anything wrong. It was just...
It devalues it. Yeah. It's kind of like the QAnon bullshit, where it's like, oh, there's not bad people. There are demons who are the people I don't like, and then humans.
And we're not going to acknowledge the fact that a lot of our demons are just Jews. Yeah, but I will give the book credit that it does have the historical nuance that works within the clan lore, where a lot of the younger Ventrue at the time that, you know, were in Weimar, Germany, and that did get, like, hit financially hard, they're not doing well, got into, like, German and Italian fascism as a way to kind of revitalize old Rome and reclaim their past glory days. And a lot of the older Ventrue at the time found it to be a very misguided thing to do, because you're basically combining populism and mysticism, and that's not a good way to build a foundation of leadership. So I was just like, oh, okay, there's actually some thought, and there's some in-lore reason why some people might have jumped fucking head over heels into this shit, and some of the Ventrue would just been like, no, this is fucking stupid. Like, why the fuck would you ever do this? And it's not like there weren't Ventrue on both sides of that conflict, because, you know, like we said, a bunch of Ventrue went to the Americas, so some of them were probably, you know, investing in the military-industrial complex, so that's not terrifying. Oh. But, yeah, do with that info what you will. This is just what I've been able to find so far. Continuing on past World War II. The Cold War apparently was a good time for the Ventrue. Because this was a long-standing conflict where they were able to have people on both sides, and they were able to basically not only recoup their losses from World War II, but expand upon that. So you had Western Ventrues that continued the decimation of their noble titles into, like, executives and CEOs, and that's where you get the corporate Ventrues with, like, the Patrick Bateman suits and all that kind of stuff. And then Eastern Ventrue, a lot of the Russian bloc or Soviet bloc folks worked within, like, the KGB and the Soviet system, even though in the canon a lot of Soviet stuff was run by Bruja, but there's Ventrue there. And when the Soviet Union collapsed, they became gangsters. And so a lot of organized crime, a lot of gun running, drug running. So they got both sides basically of the business coin, where they got the white collar suits, and then they also have the organized crime underbelly. And they're making profits on both ends.
Now I have to ask, did that piss off the Giovanni?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Like, get out of my business.
Yeah, I mean, there was the pact where basically the Giovanni were allowed to run their business, but a lot of them focused in Italy. So
I will also say, in general, anything we talk about, while we're saying this is what Clan Ventrue does, all the other clans at least have a little bit of a hand in all of this to some degree. This is just what's most important to this clan and what the big boys were doing. But that doesn't mean they weren't. They didn't have hirelings from other clans, and they weren't running businesses together. And
I was just curious to see if, you know, just the switch from mainly like a business standpoint to be like, we're doing an organized crime now. If again, at the time, the Giovannis were like, I have knives. Get out of my kitchen. I will stab you.
That sounds like them most of the time, though.
Yeah, not wrong. But the at least the majority of the conflicts that the Ventrue were actively getting into were more basically trying to suppress the Sabbat as much as possible, particularly the La Sombra.
Particularly La Sombra.
Yeah.
Code red.
Yeah. Because, you know, they're just like, yeah, you guys also think you're in charge. You're not. Shut the fuck up. Bop.
Yeah, they should just fuck already.
They should. I wrote that in the script.
Yeah.
Just every time I've been in a game where there's a Ventrue and a La Sombra, I'm just like, there's just the sexual tension. It's there.
And no offense, I would have more respect for those players if it eventually did happen.
But, you know, if you don't want to, that's also acceptable.
No.
Not everything has to be horny.
It's vampire. You sure about that?
It's vampire. It's kind of a horny game.
It's very easy to make everything horny.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't have to be everything horny.
So that was the crash course history from the old world. Now we're gonna crank into what's going on in V5. Woo. The lore updates.
All right,
big stretches. Ugh.
do my stretch.
So the Convention of Prague.
Oh boy! I think we talked about this one a little bit on our overall vampire history we did early on, but
oh no, it's going to be a bad time for Harstadt the Junior.
It's just Hardstadt. Look, he's got the hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not the young one now. Once he gets the hat, he upgrades.
Yes,
No.
that's how it works.
You gain a hat, you lose a name.
So, quick question. If you don't have a head, does it still count for having the hat?
We'll get into that. So the Convention of Prague was a big meeting by the Camarilla because they're like, hey, these mortals that work for governments are killing a shitload of kindred. And it seems that they're getting these hit lists through like the internet and cell phones. Mm-hmm. We should figure out what to do about that. And it continued, the elders being like, you dang kids and your phones, you're being irresponsible. And the youngers are like, let me have my phone, Dad. You're being irresponsible because you can't keep up with the times and you don't know how a web browser works.
You can't get a VPN.
Did you turn the modem on and off? That argument. So that was this big meeting, happened in 2012. At this meeting, the Archon, so the guy who was in charge of the Bruja, his name was Theo Bell.
Is.
Yeah,
Well, his name is Theo Bell. We'll get into the rest of that. Apparently him and Hardstadt, who was the Archon for the Ventrue, got a little heated during this meeting. And according to the rumors, Theo Bell got done with his shit and pulled out a shotgun, put it underneath his chin, and fired. And there is no more Hardstadt.
I love that.
I mean, who doesn't?
I mean,
This is good shit.
Hardstadt and the Ventrue. But yes, with...
Do we know what they were arguing over?
That, I believe, can be left up to storytelling interpretation.
Cool,
There
alright.
is some interesting lore with the fact that Theo did this. A lot of people seemed to be embellishing how the fight went.
Yeah.
And Theo's very just like, look, I did this thing. I walked out. Y'all did not have to follow me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because this was the incident where the Bruja just collectively went like, all right,
Peace.
lads, we're leaving. Just lads.
I like that in the book too. It's kind of like all of a sudden they all are just like, okay, and just like wandered off.
Yeah.
They like somehow they all knew right when to leave. Like maybe they knew in advance.
Yeah.
Like maybe Theo was like, all right, we're taking this chance to get on the exit. Also, for my theory, I would like to say that they were arguing over whether a hot dog is a sandwich or not. And Theo was just
That's so
done
fucking stupid.
with Harstadt's shit and was like, I'm shooting your head off now.
Can't believe we're talking about this.
It's my least favorite meme. My least favorite.
Well,
Sorry,
what
I
about
pulled that out of my lexicon.
Anything that lets nerds be bigger pedants online just like really gets my fur up.
So you probably fine with the is a quesadilla a sandwich argument.
I don't give a shit. I'll eat a quesadilla. I'll eat a sandwich. I'll eat a hot dog. I don't care how it's classified.
He just doesn't give a shit about the classification. See, that's exactly like this. Just like Hunter's Theo Bell over here, and just Harstadt really has a point, and he's like, "All right, I'm done with your shit." Blam.
Yeah. I didn't delete my note. I moved my note. So,
Yay!
Yay.
Hardstadt the Younger, the one who gets shot at the Convention of Prague, his sire, Hardstadt the Elder, was killed during the first Anarch revolts by Tyler, who is a very well-known Bruja Anarch. Mm-hmm. Like they have a lore sheet.
Yep.
Nice.
So there's a history of powerful Bruja just walking up to Ventrue and just being like, "Fuck off, bruv."
I like that, like, Ventrue's like, fuck off, destroy a city, and then Bruja's like, fuck off, we're gonna kill the people that, like, are in charge of your city.
We're gonna kill the one guy and then leave.
Yeah.
Just to make a point.
I would also say, I'd like to state, because I helped with the research on this, as we said, history being veils and whatnot, there are always rumors on both of these deaths that, was that the actual Harstadt? Was it their proxy shoved in. Who the fuck knows? Again, if you
Right.
weren't there, because they have rumors for both that, where it's just like, oh no, that might have been another dude that had Harstadt's hat on.
Also, I think it would be funny as an ST to have another guy show up and just be like, I'm Hardstadt, and just wearing the hat.
Literally pick up the hat and put it on.
And your hit players have to roll like a history difficulty 4 to know if they even knew about that happening the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be a totally different looking dude.
Old man Hardstadt.
Could be.
Yeah. No, it's great. You can have a lot of fun with this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So, other fun note about the convention of Prague, the altercation where Hardstadt got his head blown off by Theo Bell.
Yeah.
Apparently also caused the death of Jan Peterzoon, who's another major figurehead in Clan Ventrue. For those of you who are interested, they are the character that's on that cover of the old Clan Ventrue book with like the guy in the suit with the knife.
Yeah, the revised one.
Yeah. That's him. You also find him in parts of the story where he's antagonizing Beckett in Beckett's Jihad Diary.
Of course.
Yeah, it's fun. That is a spicy read. I love that book. It's a good time. But yeah, Bell claims they did not kill Peterzoon. People just keep saying he did, and he's like, I don't know why.
I mean, he did just take a shotgun to like...
Yeah, and there's a lot of interesting conjecture about... Was that really Hardstadt? Is Hardstadt really dead?
Right.
There's also it was the Gentleman's Guide to Vampire series on YouTube. The video that covers this section a little bit of the new lore did bring up an interesting point that while the Brujah did walk out after killing the leader of the Ventrue, the amount of Brujah princes within the Camarilla remained the same.
Huh. Because there were 0.
No, there were. There were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the assumption of like,
no.
fuck you, Bruja.
No. It's just the.
It is interesting that the individuals that defected from the Cam to the Anarchs did not include the power structure that were elevated.
Gotcha.
Because that's kind of a thing that's different between the Brujah and the Ventrue, where the Ventrue have this organized structure and hierarchy and power and chain of command. The Brujah don't. So when their leadership makes a choice and does something, even if most of the clan goes with it, there are going to be people that are just like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
No, I understand. Maybe some of these rule structures not a bad idea. Maybe. Or again, they kicked and screamed up into that prince position and they're like, fuck you! Took a lot of work to get here.
Yeah. And continuing on things that are work, claiming the Sabbat territory. So, as the Sabbat have reduced their numbers dramatically in the V5 canon, a lot of Ventrue are taking this as a excuse to, or an opportunity, a business venture, if you will, to claim a shitload of territory.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, because they're just like, oh, there's just all these places that like people are just fucking leaving, and I'm just like, this is mine now.
Yeah. I think Mexico City is one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, that one is owned by Fiorenza. We'll talk about her in a second. Which Mexico City is a big deal because Mexico City has been one of the few like major Sabbat strongholds in the Americas the whole time. There's been, I think, like one time the Camarilla held it for like a little bit in the 1700s.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, the two big ones are Mexico City and it's the place in Canada.
Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, like Toronto and Mexico City are like the fuck you Sabbat territory.
Yeah. And, there's a lot of interesting cans of worms that you can pull out of, okay, so if the Ventrue are going to be taking territory, how do they go about that? What are the ways they go into spaces like this? And what the fuck are they going to find when they start flipping the boards over or opening the books and just be like, ah!
I have a question because I did not research this. Please tell me there was a majority of the Ventrue that just walked up to the Sabbat territory with a flag and were like, fine,
well,
I put a flag in it.
That's a very antiquated and silly way to do that. No, instead they're just be like, yeah, no, I bought the land underneath you. This is literally mine.
I do like what Sarah's getting onto. That's terrifying plot point.
Oh, yeah, no.
You're newly turned kindred and you get sent out to Mexico City. It's like, you're going to go clean up. And then you open the wrong cabinet. and
something.
plot falls out.
Yeah, plot and or something hissy and clicky falls out.
Yeah, and there's also, because the spot book's out now you have, as a storyteller, reasons to be like, okay, cool, your characters have gone into this territory and they're picking through it and seeing what they can salvage, what they can't, and they're starting to make investments on, like, improving the area. And then some of those fuckers come back. And some of them are really fucked up, and they're very like, and you're just like, how the fuck do you deal with that?
The dogs that used to be chained are no longer controlled by anyone.
And they're on steroids.
Yeah, and when they're like, I want to come back to my yard, you're like, oh, now I understand why there's grooves ran around this tree.
Yeah, so that's spoopy. The next two little points we're going to talk about are spoilers, because they are part of adventure modules, I guess you could say, from canon stuff for V5. So if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead till we start talking about the Justicars.
I mean,
I guess, if that's something you care about.
Yeah, I'll record a timestamp if I remember.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Editing Hunter, if you can remember, timestamp in start now.
Yeah. So, big thing that the Ventrue have done. Chicago. It's not run by Loden anymore. It's run by Kevin Jackson. Within Chicago, Kevin Jackson is organizing a truce between the Camarilla and the La Sombra. And potentially inviting them into the Camarilla.
Which is weird because he's Ventrue.
Yeah.
And they've always been like, hey, La Sombra,
Fuck off.
sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
And also terrifying.
Yeah, that they've decided to be friends. But again,
Right, yeah.
La
Like,
Sombra-
what's actually going on?
La Sombra saw something during the Sabat bullshit and went, never mind!
Just nope.
Either they're noping out, or it's a power play to start bringing in, because he even says in like the core book that kindred religion is starting to come back. The biggest kindred religion, Canaanites.
Yup.
So you get into the Camarilla, and then you start spreading your seeds, and
Yeah, and it could be, more level-headed La Sombra that are just like, oh, hey, the Ventrue seem to be weak because they just recently lost their clan leader, and the Camarilla's been having a lot of shakeabouts, and they don't seem as sturdy. And they're just like, oh, yeah, no, if we play our cards as,
Maybe
oh,
we
no, we are so damaged and afeared. Daddy Ventrue, please let us in. Can we come in? Can we come inside?
Yeah,
We'll
and-
follow the rules.
Yeah, we'll follow the rules. We'll listen to it. Oh, you guys look really weak. Oh, man, I thought you had a good power structure at the top. It'd be a shame if I kicked you in your center of gravity and took over that.
it's probably all three. And
Yeah.
you could have any of them as like a major plot point in a game you're running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the major adventure at the end of the Chicago book covers this, and your table can decide how that plays out in your game. So that's a really cool, fun module. I think we're going to be... I have one adventure I need you all to finish for yours, and then we're going to start running that module. So hell yeah, it's going to be fun. You're going to decide the fate of things. Hooray. Speaking of fate of things, Fall of London. That is a whole adventure book. It is really cool. A lot of it is very Ventrue heavy because the main power player in London is Mithras. So
Who has like a whole cult based around
he
them.
do.
Yeah.
He's basically a god.
Yep.
He old as fuck. He's been around since like Roman times. The Fall of London book covers his potential return or final death. Who knows? You guys get to decide that as players. It's really cool. Yeah. So that's exciting. There's also some stuff about like vampire hunting and vampires hunting other vampires and.
Yeah, it gives your players the scariness of being like, hi, this is probably a 4th or a 5th gen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those and older might be waking up in a different part. You shitting yourself yet?
Yeah, it's very spoopy. It's fun. And if you're an asshole like me, sometimes you just like to do really shitty British accents.
Heyo.
I'm not good at English
not.
accents at all. I could do kind of the one Scottish accent I was raised with and have been trying to beat out of myself my entire life, but
I can say governor at the end of things.
Yeah, sometimes the memory programs leak in and the Southern will come out, but I thank God I've scrubbed most of that from my database.
no.
Why would you want to do that, darling?
Because again, when you have my proclivities down there, they also start trying to beat the everything out of you.
Yeah.
And
The South is spicy.
I enjoy fighting, but
Not
I
as
don't wanna fight
spicy. I
everybody.
was going to say, not as spicy as the new Justicar.
1 second. Before you do that, pause. Editing Hunter, here's the end timestamp.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was doing for
Oh,
and now
you're
do
good.
your major
Speaking
players.
of spicy, the new Justicar for Ventrue. We're getting into the major NPCs right now. This is a character named Lucinda. You can find their info in one of the Chicago Splat books. Talk about in a second. Most of the Justicars, as we talked about in the Camarilla, run on like 13-year cycles.
Yep.
For some reason, the Ventrue just kind of elect a Justicar for unlife. So that's what Lucinda did. She took over in 2018.
Nope. What?
What?
I just love that everybody's like, follow this rule, and Ventrue like, follow the rules. We're just going to elect her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's the usual power structure thing of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
Right.
and this person is the absolute epitome of gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Okay.
I like to think. Sorry, I'm
No,
stuck
you're
on this
good.
right now. I like to think that the Ventrue are like, no, we're following the rules. We had an election. She just won again.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could actually see them running sham elections. But
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, we're having an election for our Justicar. Oh, were there no other candidates? Win by default. Oh, somebody else is running? Kill them.
Or like they specifically put somebody unqualified. Like, you want her or you want this neonate?
Yeah. Yeah,
Pick.
just anything to make it seem like, no, we ran a thing.
Right.
Yeah, well, on that note, it's kind of an interesting thing because looking at because leadership is such a thing with the Ventrue, I think to understand how the clan overall has a vibe, you really need to look at the Justicar, who's like the head, to see how the rest of them are going to kind of play out. So with Heartshot, it was a more classical organization, hierarchical, old school kind of chill thing. With Lucinda, you get an interesting change in the Ventrue, where she is something known as an Alistair. This is a kindred who hunts other kindred for blood sport. That is sanctioned by the Camarilla, because the Camarilla has this thing called the Red List. So if you fuck around too much, you end up on the Red List, and that is you're basically open to be killed and dealbarized. Like, that's the FBI's most wanted.
It's like a permanent blood hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And she is somebody who actively does this. She did this before she became the Justicar. She continues to do this as the Justicar.
Damn.
She'd just be like, I hunt people, fuck it.
It's just a hobby that
I
she just doesn't want to give up.
I just love the idea of her holding any meeting for bureaucracy and then just gets a vague whiff of somebody on the red list and she's just like, I'm gonna get it.
Well, because of this, you now have a Ventrue in leadership who is somebody who actively goes out into the field and is actively engaging in combat. Which I think is a very interesting shift for the Ventrue for V5,
yeah.
which also is mirrored in the symbol change, because it used to be just the scepter, and now it's the scepter and the sword cross. So I'm just like, okay, this is a massive vibe change, where they're kind of leaning back into the old ancient Roman, ancient Greek, leadership is done not only through being in charge and having a presence, but you actually have to go and kick ass.
Be like, yeah, cool. They might bring those pauldrons back too.
Who knows?
Ooh, even would to know.
Yeah.
Do you think David Byrne was a Ventrue and he was just trying to disguise his pauldrons with his giant shoulders?
Maybe.
You think?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Yes. But other major Ventrue NPCs that are kind of good to be aware of. There is Fiorenza Savona.
Who is fucking cool.
Yeah. She's an older lady who's more recently embraced. She has a lot of ties in with international politics, because her and her husband worked with people in the UN and shit like that. Very well connected, kind of a big deal. She's the lady that took over Mexico City. On top of that, if you watch LA by Night, she was the one on the phone that is supporting Victor.
Yeah, isn't she his sire?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't remember. I've also not finished season 5 because I'm a monster.
I'm behind too.
Yeah. It's cool. I've been busy. But yeah, if you wanna see her, so there's the Ventrue page for her where she's hanging out with that diamond-studded gimp.
So
Yeah.
good.
I fucking love that photo
So
so much.
good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I'm just like, you know what, girl, work. Good for you. I'm so. Oh God. It gives me the energy of the mom. I think it's from is it Arrested Development? Just like how much could a banana cost? $20.
Yeah.
Here's some money. Go see a Star War.
Yeah. But just I still say I'm like I really want to know how that photo shoot went because it looks like it was so fun.
I bet.
Just opulent as shit. But yes. Also, I'd mentioned Mithras, basically a god, 4th gen Ventrue, who's been like up and down. He's a major character. He's the whole impetus for the fall of London Chronicle.
So
has a cult.
What you're saying is this Mithras might be important.
Kind of important.
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah. There's more info for his cult there's the lore sheet in the Camarilla book, and I believe there's more info for them in the Cult of the Blood Gods stuff somewhere in there. There's more Mithras stuff. The Hecata Prince of Edinburgh, Roger de Camden, was his second in command and is now in charge of the cult.
Oh.
So just kind of not a Ventrue, but, since Cult of Mithras is such a, Ventrue-centric thing, good character to know.
Yeah.
Fun little skeletal spooky boy. There was quote-unquote Hardstadt. Both the Hardstadts are probably dead by this point. Probably. Who knows?
Hopefully.
You can change that if you want.
But you could always use my NPC Hardstadt 3.
Hardstadt 3.
Same stat block as the first.
Different suit, same hat.
Yeah.
Rumors of my demise were greatly over-exaggerated.
God.
That hat would have to be so old that it could have an existential ship of Thesis crisis at this point.
Is it even the same hat? No, just watched Encanto recently, so all I could think of was just the bit where Bruno puts the bucket on his head and he's like, I was like, I am Hernando and I'm scared of nothing. Hardstadt 3. It's a very cute movie.
Got it.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good. I don't care about Disney properties too much, but Encanto was really good.
Also, the bucket was Jorge.
Was it Jorge?
Yeah, Jorge makes the speckle.
I thought it was Hernando.
Hernando was the hood.
Oh, okay.
He put the hood over his eyes.
I apologize.
No, you're
I'm
okay.
sorry. I watched the movie once.
I have watched it 3 times.
Good job. All right.
I've never seen it.
It's super fun. Anyways, so speaking of super fun, Kevin Jackson, or boy, or lad,
What up, bud?
or champion of Chicago.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him, but also specifically put points in making my character to be friends with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, in particularly for Ventrue, his story, I find to be interesting because his sire was Loden, who is a racist piece of shit. Mm-hmm. And from my understanding, he sired Kevin just because he was a gang member on South Side Chicago and he was trying to get a powerhouse in there. Mm-hmm. That was the only reason he did it, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Kevin did not like Loden. I think that's fair.
Fair and valid.
Absolutely fair. So it's kind of his story is almost like a quote unquote rags to riches, but it's just, somebody coming from a situation where they should not have been able to achieve reigns of power and has been able to manipulate and mastermind his way through things to the point where now he's in charge of the most important city in the Camarilla in North America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's been around since Old World.
Mm-hmm.
His books around. One thing I really like is some of the old art.
Yeah.
Didn't
I was
we?
about to bring that up.
I think Sarah already commented on this on an earlier episode.
No, it was
that was our first time recording this.
Oh,
Sarah and I were the one who noticed this because we were working on stuff for our actual game we were playing.
Yeah, because the art for Kevin in the newer books, fucking sick.
Yeah.
So good.
Looks
He's
good.
It's somebody who understands, because he's, I think, the youngest prince in North America as well. So which is for Ventrue bananas. But yeah, he's the drip is pretty on point. I appreciate that he's got a nice, clean suit and then has the fur over it. And he's got this shaved head. And it's one of those, it's a good picture for a prince where it is authoritative and intimidating, but not in a way where you're just okay, I can at least, you can talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Which is one of the other reasons I like him as a prince, because he's not complete an authoritarian dick. He will have meetings with people and be okay, no, I actually want to hear your info so I can make better judgments on things. And I'm just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing a Ventrue prince that's no, I want you all to tell me shit. I want the tea. Give it to me.
But what's really fun is, and it's an old artwork, he has a big $$ sign shaved into the side of his head.
Yeah.
And an eraser top, flat top.
Yeah.
He has a flat top and a $sign, because as I think he was embraced in the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm. Or that was the fit.
Yeah, so there's some very interesting... the illustrations for him back in the day are very, like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a way where I'm like, I'm not 100% sure if this is a loving portrayal of this subculture or if somebody didn't quite understand everything and just was kind of slapping things together, but it's like, okay, because of the way vampires work,
he has to shave.
You remain physically the way you were the night you were embraced. So, does that mean, does he wake up nearly every night and have to shave his fucking head?
Probably.
Well,
probably,
he doesn't have to shave his head.
He probably had... I don't even know if he wakes up. He probably has a designated shaving ghoul who just, like, an hour before he wakes up, just gets the clippers.
Well, it's like in the contemporary illustrations, it's like clean shaven.
Yeah, shave.
Shave.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a ghoul that just, before he wakes up, just like... Just
Clippers won't do that.
Yes. Oh,
we're
God.
talking shaved.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking polished.
Has the Clippers ghoul, and then he wakes up and just clean shaves.
Maybe.
As part of his morning or evening rituals. Or is he a man? And this is a fun thing as a storyteller. It's like, is he a man that is so prideful that he doesn't let anybody know about this?
Right.
And he takes care of himself behind closed doors? Or does he have like a very specific stylist ghoul that he's like, listen here, you little shit.
Well, he's also,
you say one word.
He also is a man of the people, as you said. He might be less... He might take it jovially. There's a chance. He could just be like, this was from the before times, and, nobody consulted me before being like, all right, this is your forever look.
Yeah.
We're also talking about vampires. There's people who've been around who'd remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to the
dollar sign.
Yeah, so if you want to have some very... unfortunate NPC interactions in a way where like, yeah, we're definitely killing this guy, Balthazar.
I was working on that.
Yeah. And then we're going to end on major players. Everybody's favorite Ventrue daddy, Victor Temple from LA by Night.
Hey!
Oh, the undad?
Yeah, well, the undisputed Baron.
Yeah. Well, his title is also, because I was curious about the Fiorenza thing, he does not mention who his sire is. But yeah, one of the titles is Undad.
Undad.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, and he's also another interesting way to take a Ventrue because he is an anarch Ventrue. Mm-hmm. And he tends to work more within humanity and interact with people and actually will post things on social media and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I enjoy that he goes from corporate looks to just sweater dad.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, no, Victor doesn't fuck around. B-Dave, you're a goddamn treasure. I love your face so much. It's so good. This is a fun portrayal of a Ventrue that's also trying to balance having a family, running a music label, and being an anarch and all sorts of shit. And it's just super,
I think one of my
good.
favorite moments with Victor Temple, spoilers.
No.
Spoilers.
Skip ahead 30 seconds or so,
No.
is when they are in his club and they're they had to kill somebody and he had the Rafus pistol and the dude, they brought him in, they were talking shit and he was acting very prim, proper Ventrue-y, trying to keep the peace, and then out of nowhere he just pulls out this gun and blasts this dude in the fucking head. And he's like, does anybody else want to fuck around, essentially? And I was like, oh, he is a Ventrue.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
there it
okay.
is. Oh, God.
He's just like, hi, I'm your undead dad. I'm your undead dad. I will murk someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he kills multiple people just to keep his son's name quiet.
Yeah, I'll say. Speaking of which, there are a bunch of lore sheets.
Nope.
Directly related to V5. One of the first ones is the Temple of Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which basically allows your character to make a deal with Victor. You exchange your loyalty for fame and fortune. So
Yeah. So that was a fun. I think there's a few other lore sheets that came out from the end of LA by Night that are character specific. That's the Victor one. The perks on it are pretty good. I enjoy it. It's a good time. Another Ventrue specific lore sheet is Descendant of Hardstadt. That was from the core book. It ties you in specifically with the Fallen Leader. You could be somebody who's studied under them. You understand lineage stuff. You could be a direct descendant of Hardstadt.
You could be Hardstadt 3.
You could be Hardstadt 3.
That's the secret 6 dot purchase. I know they're trying not to bring those back, but I'm bringing them back right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of lineage, there's also the lore sheet Pure Ventrue Lineage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, this one gives you benefits for being able to recite your lineage. Because that is an old Ventrue practice that they still keep where it's like, okay, you do have to learn, like, I am so-and-so, child or so-and-so's child or so-and-so, being able to list all the way back to the progenitor.
Right.
And apparently...
Who they don't know the name of.
Who they don't know the name of. But that kind of stuff allows you to have certain perks within the Ventrue. It's like, this is a gentleman and a scholar. This is a learned man who understands where he belongs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We shall give him the finest of private jets. I don't know where that joke was going.
I would like a private jet. That'd be neat.
Yeah, but the Ventrue fucking love that shit. And if you as a player are dealing with a Ventrue, being able to acknowledge that they have a certain lineage could be a good way to, like, grease some wheels. Or you showing that you care about your own lineage and heritage and history might be able to way to, like, connect with them in a way that I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
There is also Descendant of Loden from Chicago by Night. So if you want to be Kevin Jackson's, like, blood cousin, you can do that.
Yeah.
There's some fun shit in there.
That is cool.
Yeah. There's in Forbidden Religions, which is one of the stretch goal books for the Cult of the Blood Gods, there is a lore sheet called Spear of Orthia. Ties back to Artemis Orthia, the ancient Spartan warrior queen Ventrue lady. She was said to be the first child of Ventrue, like the progenitor of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
She died fighting against some Carthaginian Bruja. I don't remember
Lol.
Right.
That's great.
I don't remember if she died in the Second Bruja War or not. I did not write that note because I am a dumb fuck. Anywho.
I wouldn't call you a dumb fuck.
I'm a hack and a fraud.
You had a lot of things to do.
I had so many things to do. But yeah, this cult basically is a Methuselah worship cult, and it's a way you can take your Ventrue where they're getting back into a warrior king mindset as opposed to a corporate king. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of fun. Also, Spartans don't usually have lady warriors, so that's kind of a like, oh.
Wow.
She's got to kick ass for the Lord. Like, Jesus Christ. And in the V5 companion, I don't know how many people have looked through this, there was the Coterie clan merits.
Yeah.
I fucking love these. These are great because they allow you as a coterie to have access to things depending on what the mix-up of your coterie is. So, if you're a Ventrue and you take the Kindred Legacies merit, any coterie that you are in are able to lean on your character's knowledge of history and legacies and gossip and all the info on everybody to be able to understand facts about NPCs that you run into in the game. Once per session, you can poke the ST and be like, hey, we want to know one thing about the specific kindred we have met. Mm-hmm. And it's a good way to get lore dump and get more details about people that you're interacting with. And I'm just like, this is so fucking cool.
Get dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. Mm-hmm. And, leans into the Ahego, all the training stuff that we Ventrue had to do.
I don't like that they call it that.
No, it's a Goge, not a Hago.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I was just thinking of
I'm very tired.
Like, oh, not either.
We're learning a lot about Sarah today.
I don't like that face. It's not even that I'm like grossed out by it. It's just I'm like, I know it's supposed to be a horny face, but I'm like, I don't get what's particularly horny about it.
I don't either.
But if I'm not here to yuck your yum, if that's what you're into.
I'm not scrubbing the internet to explain that.
I understand like physically why that is.
Yes.
Just I look at it and go like, I feel nothing.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yes. But yeah, the Agoge part of the training would be knowing all of this shit and have to memorize like, oh yeah, that's the Primogen who did so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da-da, and you have to memorize all that shit. So this is where it comes back to be a payoff for the game.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. Speaking of kind of fun, we have come up with a couple of
NPC
freebie goodies that we're going to be giving out.
So I made this dude.
Yeah.
He's a union boss.
Yeah.
Bobby O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby O'Neill was his name. And he's like the classic olden days union boss, where
Like a teamster?
yeah. He's a teamster. He's good at talking to people and like inspiring people to do what he needs them to do. So he probably has like more of his dots and presence and and manipulate things like that than dominate and intimidate. He's got friends that'll do that, you know. But yeah, I'm thinking he's the guy that's like going into a business meeting being like, "You're gonna treat our boys better," and they're like, "Yeah, are we?" And he's like, "You are," and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're probably right. We should."
And he's just got like a goon squad behind him.
Yeah. Just right outside the door, you can hear like the baseball bats like tapping on the floor.
Shit.
It's like, yes, we are going to agree to this, or there will be ass beat city.
Yeah.
Just, the garbage is not going to get picked up for a fucking month in this city if you don't do what I goddamn say.
Exactly.
Oof.
Yep. So that's Bobby O'Neill. That's just the vague concept of him.
Yeah. Oh, it's super fun.
I like it.
Back on to silly names. I have Brutus Harrington.
Oh, that guy went to an Ivy League college. Holy shit.
Oh, the Harrington part's going to come up here in a bit. But I based his concept on effectively that whole like right of like choosing the best progeny of like a very evil Ventrue that shoved his office workers into an office and were just like, all right, fight to the death.
Oh, like Belko experiment?
We will lead back into that here in a bit
Okay.
because several individuals have pointed out that this may be, I may have accidentally made vampiric John C. McGinley.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This might be what he is. He's mainly a strength focus. He's definitely, he can be a talker, but he is definitely the I will fuck you up. He always wears mirrored sunglasses just because he picked up the trick that, you know, you have to make eye contact to do dominate, which he iced his sire immediately after being embraced. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna be attached to this guy. Which just minor stat breakdown. He's mainly strength. He's got a few other dots. The Harrington thing comes back to the fact that his one lore sheet is one dot in descendant of Harstadt. Because he will either as a PC or an NPC in your game work well as either just a fresh new add to a cam city, or potentially if you want to give him more stats, definitely a sheriff, because he likes to fight with two maglite flashlights in his hands that he has on flash for the literal just brass knuckles adage, and or, oh, that's a cute little Lasombra trick you have there. It'd be a shame if the light wasn't consistent.
Jesus Christ. We have made some monsters. And you can throw them into your game if you want.
So I like the idea of going back and throwing a bunch of stats into both of these guys.
Yeah.
And then setting them head to head as your main plot.
Oh my god.
So your NPCs are just like stuck between these two in a hard place.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, because you've got an army, and he's just like, no, I'm just all potence and celerity.
Just oh god.
Wait, how does he have potence and celerity?
Oh, not potence. Fortitude.
This is just a tanky Ventrue that's just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, just tank and celerity. Because again, with Methuselah's Thirst, you get access to celerity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Methuselah's Thirst?
Yeah, for the predator type.
That's not a predator.
Oh wait, no, the blood leech.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Interesting.
That's one of his problems.
Yeah, so have fun. You can throw him in with Benny, I guess. It's
Please don't. I haven't.
Poor Benny. Benny's just like, look, guys, this is going to cost us way too much money right now. We got to put it down, okay?
we gotta not. Like,
Meanwhile, Bobby's like, no, the boys want more money and they need to get these shits more safe.
Brutus is probably already punching something.
just. Yeah, so Ventrue as a whole, how are we feeling as a group?
I've been playing Ventrue for our current game. And so I've kind of been learning more about the clan. I found, because I'll be honest, they were my least favorite previously, and so I decided to try and play one and kind of figure them out a little more.
As a challenge to yourself, I assume?
A little bit, yeah. I want to do something different, and we needed a good face. kind of character for the game anyway. But like going into their history, there's a lot of interesting stuff that I'd kind of skimmed over in the past. Really good at just like pushing a plot for an ST2. If there's anything you need happen, some Ventrue got wild hair up his ass and now it's fucking over everyone. Go fix it or go help it. I don't care. But
Yeah.
or you did help it and now it's a nightmare and they're blaming you, not him.
Mm-hmm.
As things tend to go.
Mostly, I'm just hoping we filed the correct paperwork so we don't get fines for using their name.
Yeah. We had to pay a nickel every time we said
Yeah,
Ventrue.
I don't got that many nickels.
Oh no. It's okay. Your bank account will be charged.
Good luck. That's
Yeah,
what
right?
I'm saying.
I got $4.
But no, for real though, they're like same. They were probably my least favorite clan. I just kind of was like, okay, they're bossy, money shitheads. Neat. But it is more interesting. I think we have learned a little bit more about them and kind of like, okay, well, that is more depth and like neatness, more to do than I originally thought.
Yeah.
Which I actually have the opposite of Hunter. I used to play them a lot because I end up being the party face often, and they are a good party face. I just now hit the point where I'm like, if I'm gonna play a party face, I'm gonna choose something weird. I'm just gonna be like, cool, I'm a gangrel now. I'm the party face. Deal with it. We're gonna make this happen. Why? No.
Yeah. I will say I don't have any clan that I'm particularly like, fuck this clan, generally, except for old school Ravnos, just because it was like, kind of racist. But at least now with the Ventrue, because they were my least favorite to play as a player, which I do play a Ventrue now in a stream game that's going to be picking back up soon. So I'll share those deets when they come back up. But the thing that drove me insane as an ST with Ventrue players is a lot of people did not get into, like, there's a lot of interesting things that can come from, like, hey, so what does it mean when you have the burden of carrying the legacy of an entire lineage of vampires that are behind you? What is it going to mean for you to struggle to gain power and autonomy when you have, your sire directly above you in the hierarchy and they're just like having demands of you and dealing with that kind of a like toxic relationship? Also just getting into the themes of like, okay, this is, while wielding power in the modern day is mostly done through like money and capital and owning business, there's a lot of themings about power and leadership and like what does it mean to actually be a good leader that just I haven't had get covered in as many games that I would like. So I'm kind of hoping, because the flavor for Ventrue is shifted a little bit in V5 to be more like, hey, yeah, you can be the guy that throws down the like tungsten fucking debit card, like, and pay for everything and just be like the big dicked money guy. But now you also have the options of like, yeah, your ass can totally just pick up a sword and go kick ass for clan and country.
They brought the legacy of knights and paladins back into the forefront, I think.
Yeah, and there's that one chunk in the Anarch book that I still love to death, which was the Liberty Society with like the college dude bros. In the minutes of their meeting discussing on how they're going to organize their libertarian vampire society. It's very silly. It's very stupid, but I would fucking love to run a game where it's just a bunch of like dudes with like popped collar polos just being like, bruh, are we going to be able to bring enough keggers to the Elysium? Like that kind of shit where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of interesting shit you can do within this that I encourage more people to explore and get into.
Because I never really thought of the clan in that sort of way, but Vampire Knight is a sick character concept.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and if you're getting into dealing with power structures, having younger Ventrue that are women or queer or people of color and how they handle the minutiae of power and structures within a ancient fucking system. I'm like, if you are interested in exploring that as a table and overcoming those obstacles, fucking encourage the shit out of that. Because sometimes I've seen some things where I'm like, I feel like the Ventrue made a decision, and you're just like, there were no brown people in that room. You can fucking tell, and oh my god, why?
Yup.
Many decisions.
Yeah, right.
I would venture to say most
Many,
decisions.
most of them, really,
Yeah.
until super recently. Yeah, no, it's great, and it's, and I don't know. I like games that tackle current issues at the table in a way where it's like, okay, we can kind of process our thoughts on it and maybe have like a little power fantasy where it's like, I'm gonna go stab some fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, being a Ventrue is like, I care about like protecting my community, and those guys are being shits. We're gonna go get them, and I'm just like, yeah, that'll be fun. More of this. Hooray!
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
We
Thanks,
survived.
Paralyze.
Yeah, we survived the first deep dive.
But there's one part still left.
Uh-oh.
I've got a little bonus episode planned. Originally, I was gonna have a third NPC to share, and then it turned into research, and now it's a bonus episode. But I researched one of my favorite American heroes, and we're gonna go into their history a little bit, and then I've built a little Ventrue around that person. So,
Okay.
And who
Mystery
is it?
box?
should I reveal
Yeah, man,
it?
tease it. They're not gonna know anything about it.
Or do you want to
to
keep the mystery box?
Yeah.
And,
you wanna-
you know what? They're gonna see the episode name before they listen anyway. So.
Right.
You could still have the mystery.
We're gonna be going. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a deep dive into the history of Larry Flint.
Hell yeah!
All right, as a teaser, give us one small fact about Larry Flint.
Larry Flint, in his many obscenity trials in U.S. court, once wore a T-shirt in court that said "Fuck this court."
And we're making this an NPCs.
Yes.
Yes!
Wonderful.
Just be like, what if it was vampire?
But what if it was Ventrue?
Yeah.
TM.
I had a friend that did that kind of thing, and it did not go well for him. But
Oh,
he
my
was
God.
also not like
Larry
he wasn't
Flint.
he was not Larry Flint. His name was Sunshine, and we called him Sunshine because he had a mohawk like a foot and a half tall that was bright yellow. And Sunshine was underage, and a party got busted, and he was on he drank a bunch, and he was on a bunch of shit. He tried to jump through a window, but he got stuck. And a cop grabbed his legs and pulled him back in through the window. And when he got pulled through the window, he turned around and punched the cop in the face.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we had to go to court for that, and then the jury or the judge decided like, well, the cop did the wrong move. They're not supposed to do that. So I guess you were acting in self-defense. And he was like, cool. And as he was leaving, he was like, fuck this court. This isn't why the justice system doesn't work. I'm gonna probably punch a cop again. And then they got him for a contempt of court.
Yup.
He was almost out.
We were like, Sunshine, what is fucking wrong with you? You
were
won.
like right there.
You fucking won.
He made a statement. It was an accurate statement, but
Not the correct one.
No, I think it was the fuck this court part,
Yeah.
not so
Yeah.
much the
Yep.
rest of it.
if he would have just been like, this is why our court system is bullshit,
Yeah.
maybe he
Or
would've been
you
fine.
wait until you're outside of the court and then say your little soapbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait until you're outside the doors. You can say it loud enough that they can hear it in the court, but you're not in the court.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be bonus episode?
Yeah, that'll be a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Right on. So look forward to that. We got a thanks for Paralyze for the cool song.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Paralyze.
Thank
Go
you.
check out their shit if you want more robo music goodness.
Which you do.
You do. You want it in your veins.
Yeah.
Also, thank for patrons for going with us on this adventure of trying to figure out how the fuck we were going to do this.
Oh, God, yeah.
We are a DIY podcast. None of us know what the fuck we're doing, and we're learning.
Yeah.
Built for this.
Really appreciate all the support so far. We did update our tiers a little bit not that long ago, so go check that out. There's everything from character sketches from Sarah to movie night streams to blood, so just go and check it out. And we also have a lot of other places that are free. You can check us out. We're on Twitter at Blank Bodies. We do polls occasionally. We post some memes, chat with folks. We do like little community spotlights where we have just creators post what they've been working on. And
I know there's people working on World of Darkness, like little adventure video games. Like the stream community is exploding, so it's like, hey, if you want us to share your shit, find us.
Yeah, we also are always open to interview pretty much anyone. So I find random shit that I think's cool, and I reach out to people. But if you're interested in coming on and showing us what you got, go ahead. Whether you're a streamer, a cosplayer, a author, a tabletop game creator, a musician,
a real vampire.
a real vampire,
Oh my
Please
God.
hit us up.
psychic or sanguine.
Yeah, Hunter's gonna interview the psychic one, but I'll be there. I'll be there for the sanguine.
Yeah. But if you want to get in contact with us for interview information or want us to help you with things, or if you just want to be like, actually, I have a correction, we have an email at theblankbodies@gmail.com.
That's true. And we're on Instagram at blankbodiespod. Pretty much the same as Twitter, but they don't let us do polls there. So
No, they don't, but we share some fun art stuff, and we'll say hello, and we like seeing what other people make and do and stuff, and it's really exciting, so hurrah!
For real.
Also, speaking of things that people create and do and hang out, the Discord is free.
Yeah.
We got stuff for running games, people sharing pets.
People sharing memes.
Yeah, Hunter's run some test game stuff for our recorded adventure, which should be happening soonish, yes?
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, just had to get through the holidays because those were bullshit.
I play video games.
Yes.
Mostly not very well, but
Yeah. I'm trying to get my shit in order so that I can also share some video games. Like, you're playing, like, actual, like, Vermintide and shit like that.
yeah.
I just want to get really hammered and play, like, Untitled Goose.
Or you said
That'd be good.
last night, Bennett Foddy's getting over it.
Yeah, that looks sick as fuck.
Yeah. We also have a group of people that play a lot of Deep Rock. I believe some people, I can't remember, but some people were not even involved or doing their own games and stuff together. And so there's always people looking to play tabletop games, video games. I played Deadlands for the first time with some people on the server. That's been sick.
Yeah, it was you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and me played Deadlands with Reroll Woodworks guy Brian running that. It was real good.
Yeah. So we got some exciting things coming up in the pipes.
Yeah.
Unless
Thanks, Patreon.
Yeah.
Again, you guys are beautiful, wonderful, lovely people.
Yeah. Thank you for giving us money for doing dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
So goodbye.
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 Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.